All right, here we go. We're going to do another case study. This is for professional services. I'm going to be a little vague on this one because it's really good. It's a really good niche, and I'm not particularly taking any clients in this. And there's not a ton of people that do it. So I want to be a little vague on it, but I'll give as many details as possible. Why it works, why it doesn't work, issues that we've run into, just so you as a business owner can get a handle that I'm not, a lot of people just give their highlight reels. Okay. So there's a client where we've gone up and down, been a client since July. And let's just talk about first why it works. Okay. Why it works. Client can sell. Okay. They absolutely can sell. I don't want to put it in there because I'm not 100% sure, but I can say it. I think their career sales are somewhere around 100 million. Um, Somewhere around that. Let's just say 75 to 100. I'm not entirely sure. I remember him saying that on a call, but I'll just it's a he's amazing at sales. When he says he's going to sell, he's going to sell. Okay, that is very rare. If you placed him as a head of sales, he would absolutely crush it for your industry, for your business. So he's incredibly successful. He's also very well connected. So he could text someone, he could send him an email, get feedback, get info. If I've got a question, if he knows something and he's like, I think this can help us, he knows somebody in the industry, very well connected, very active in the industry. Okay. So this is B2B. And we had a slow start. I had him since July. We didn't start sending until for 3 months. The reason why is he had some non-competes in certain places, and because he was successful. And so people don't have non-competes when they're successful. So we had to pause for a little bit, and then we just sent super low volume. We were just testing stuff, and by his request, and so tested some stuff right off the rip. Had a bunch of success, and the back end fulfillment was pretty tough. So that part was an issue. And so we decided to switch it up a little bit, which is fine because he wasn't really married to that particular niche. But it's real tough to fulfill. He did fulfill it. He got a good sale out of it, good contract. He was signing anywhere from 30 to 40% on the contracts. And through that testing, we learned a lot about what we want to do and where to move forward. So out of that initial test on super low volume, we had 24 interested leads, and then 40% of that was active deals in his pipeline. So he has salespeople that work for him. He's the CEO of the company, and really head of sales too. It's small business, and my leads were 40% of the active deals at that time, and so he was super happy with that. It just ended up being tough on the fulfillment end. Deal size is anywhere from 15K per contract to more, depending on who he's contracting with. So one contract could be 15K. If it's like I don't want to give too much. If it's a lower end contract, it might be like 5K, but typically it's 15 for a traditional type of contract. But you can get multiples out of that for each contract. So a contract could be worth over a year, depending on who it is, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 more. Or it could be a one-off at 15 or a one-off at 10 or a one-off at 20. So it really kind of depends. So testing works. That's one of the first things I like to do. Now I start with way more volume to do multiple testings. But early on with him, he wanted to do super low volume. That was his choice. So I said, that's fine. The next move is we're going to 4X his outreach. So we'll be sending about 1,000 emails per day, which is, I would say, the minimum per client that I like to send. Some TAMs are smaller and we can't, but we're just going to 4X that. We know exactly what we're targeting right now. and that's going to absolutely perform. So the interested leads, the way that that works, because I typically will do a meeting booked only, is he wanted to manage it because of his non-competes, and he wanted to be really careful on how we were approaching the market. And so anybody that was interested, I have automation set up. I flag it in my software. It automatically sends it to him. He gets an email. It gets added to a lead sheet, and then he can go from there and take that lead. So he wanted to be on that end. So traditionally, I'll just do a meeting book, but that's what he did. So there's the difference between the other case studies. Hope it's helpful. Have a good one. Be good.